Hi, I'm Tal Minear, executive producer of Regarding Dracula. I'm here today to tell you about another audio drama I think you'd like. Murray Mysteries is a full-cast audio drama-style reimagining of Dracula set in the present day. Can you guess why I think you'd like this show? In Murray Mysteries, Mina Murray is an unemployed, 20-something jigsaw puzzler and brand new podcaster. Her life doesn't exactly make for interesting content, that is, until her best friend Lucy falls mysteriously ill and Mina's boyfriend Jonathan loses contact on a work trip to Castle Dracula. Here's the first episode.
Welcome to Murray Mysteries. Hello! Howdy. Nope. Welcome to this podcast. I'm Mina Murray, blessed with an alliterative name since 1996. By day, I'm an unemployed 20-something with a teaching degree. But by night, I read old books, watch true crime shows, and do jigsaw puzzles with my boyfriend. And the crowd goes wild. I know. I sound boring. Honestly, I might be. You're probably thinking, everyone and their mother has a podcast nowadays. Why should I listen to this early onset grandma talk about her life as an unemployed jigsaw puzzler? If I were you, I probably wouldn't want to listen to me either. But I can be interesting, I promise. I love learning about psychology and history and criminology and a lot of other things ending in E, and I like sharing that knowledge too. Trust me, I did not get a teaching degree because I love spending all my time with kids and teenagers. I did it because I want to make them better adults. And for every 20 brats there is one who's actually interested in learning stuff and listening to me rambling on about who came closest to catching Jack the Ripper. Weirdly, that primary school I did my placement in didn't ask me back full time. Something about topics appropriate to discuss with 6-year-olds. Their loss. Honestly, the kids loved it. If that didn't convince you, you should know I also hang out with way more interesting people than myself. My boyfriend Jonathan is a solicitor. Yeah, that doesn't sound any better, but I swear he's fun. He's currently on a work trip to Transylvania, so clearly the job has benefits. He's been sending me a lot of pictures of his food on the way to his client's place, and he said he was going to record his trip for my podcast's travel segment. Didn't have the heart to tell him that this trip's the first one he's been sent on in 2 years, and we're way too broke to fund our own travel segment. I guess we can always do some very illegal camping in the nearest park and pretend the ducks are exotic wildlife. Doesn't that sound exciting? Well, beside Budget Bear Grylls, I spend most of my time with my best friend and my flatmate Lucy, who's probably the coolest person alive. She's really hard to keep up with in, the best way. Always has some kind of dodgy plan that will either turn out to be the best time of your life or a total disaster. No in between. One time, she took me to this rave in an old covered market where everyone was wearing vegetable costumes and they all played various remixes of Play That Funky Music. I almost lost an eye to an asparagus, but man, that was a fun night. Lucy met someone at the party and I ended up dating him for a bit. That didn't last very long. The tomato costume should have been a red flag, in my opinion. Sorry, I should be ashamed. Lucy made a punch after the flat, and I have to put a quid in it every time I make a really bad one. I won't tell her about this one if you don't. Oh, I might have given her my login details, so there is a strong possibility she will hijack this podcast. Lucy, if you're listening to this, don't hijack the podcast. Did I hear my name?
didn't tell me you were recording.
You were out?
Only for a bit. Did you wait until I was gone? You sneak.
I needed silence, and you were getting ready to the entire discography of ABBA. Didn't you have a date?
What? No, just drinks.
With someone who you thought was a date?
Maybe. So, what are you talking about?
You, actually.
Oh, great choice of topic. Are you telling them about
the veg party? Yeah.
That was a night. I wonder what that tomato is doing now.
No, don't call the tomato.
It's just a call. It couldn't hurt.
Lucy.
You deserve better than a toxic relationship with someone who doesn't even know a fruit from a vegetable.
So what are you going to do?
Not call the tomato.
Good. Now you're either going to help me record this, or you're going to get out of my room because you're very distracting.
I get that a lot. I'll help you, of course. What's the next item on those little notes of yours?
I was just about to tell them how we met.
Oh, good! Now they can hear it from both points of view. A dual perspective, if you will.
Really milking that theatre degree there, aren't you?
Well, what else am I going to do with it?
Fair point. There's really not much to the story.
Not much to it. It was a day for the ages. The origin story of our friendship. A platonic meeting of souls.
It was an 80s themed pub quiz.
Hey, pub quizzes are a magical thing. Anything can happen at a pub quiz. Case in point, meeting of souls.
So, it was the last day of Freshers Week, and I made myself go to this thing because I felt like I'd missed out on all the university-mandated binge drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I went on a couple of campus tours, a couple of coffee crawls, but I couldn't bring myself to talk to anyone there. Lucy, on the other hand, was there with a gaggle of glamorous people she'd managed to gather around her like moths to a very sparkly flame.
I was wearing that holographic dress, wasn't I? It was a good dress. I wonder what happened to it.
You tore it in the back in third year whilst trying to prove you could do the splits to that Brazilian exchange student.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, I think.
Anyway, I'm sitting there alone in a sticky booth hoping for a miracle, and this glittering ball of charisma comes up and says, "You look like you know stuff."
I'm very observant. You look smart and interesting and very sad and lonely. How could I resist?
You just wanted someone who was sad enough to have seen every John Hughes movie 3 times.
Well, joke's on me, because now I've seen them all too. And Molly Ringwald is an eternal icon.
Yeah, it turns out Lucy's love of 80s music and my knowledge of history and cheesy movies made us pretty much unbeatable.
Mm-hmm.
We won a £100 voucher, and Lucy convinced everyone to get a mountain of pub food instead of drinks because she could tell I didn't want alcohol.
I'm a very good friend. And the chili chips at that place were amazing.
I miss those chili chips.
Mm-hmm.
They piled so much cheese on those, you couldn't see the chili or the chips.
Oh, nothing will ever beat Jackie's chips. But we could still order some from that new place tonight and eat while we pack.
Pack for what?
Going on a trip?
No, we're not. I have stuff to do.
Yes, we are. My mum wants me to come home and visit, and I am not leaving you here alone to brood over your long-lost love far away across the sea. Come on, it'll be fun. I promise to do 1 jigsaw puzzle with you for every party I drag you to.
I have to hunt for jobs, Lucy.
You can do that online.
And be around in case they, need an interview or something.
It's only a couple of hours on the train. You can commute.
Did you say 1 puzzle per party?
Of less than 300 pieces. I'm willing to compromise, but I haven't completely given up on life yet.
There's no talking you out of this, is there?
Nope.
I'll get my suitcase.
Yes!
Goodbye, listeners. If you don't hear from me again, I'm probably being held hostage by one of Lucy's wounded exes. Murray Mysteries is a Nove storytelling production. This episode was written and produced by May Tudyk and featured Drew Victory as Mina Murray and Megan John as Lucy Westerner. Original music by Sophie Kay. Thank you for listening.